All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to strategy session number 2 of traffic generation ideas, strategies, and everything traffic related. Okay, so we're gonna be getting started here, guys, in about 30 seconds here. This is a we didn't send out a reminder email about this class, but this is recorded. Obviously, as always, we do this, and this is a second class that we have here on traffic, and so we're going to continue with where we kind of left off with the first session. Now, just to remind everybody, the goal for these types of coaching sessions on traffic generation is not necessarily to give you like a full-blown, college course on traffic generation. This is for pro members, available exclusively, for pro members of the 4%. And obviously, if you're with us, you're a pro level member. So this is just to get you steered in the right direction, right? To get you pointed in the direction you should be focusing on, right? Just like with anything, we want to go for mastery, you guys, all right? So whatever it is that you're doing, we're going to be talking about different, I want to structure this curriculum in a way, there's probably going to be, 5 or 6 different sessions here in this particular area on traffic. We do have a full-blown mastery on traffic coming up to the 4% that will really take things into great, micro details on everything about mastering traffic generation, because this seems to be a big thing that everybody is asking about, is like, how do I get traffic? How do I get traffic? Even though traffic is not as important on a scale of other things, like on a high level of marketing, not as important as some other things. However, most people are not. Most people think that their lack of success is due to lack of their understanding on traffic generation. So what we'll do is we'll have a full-blown, complete playbook, right? Like a blueprint on different types of traffic getting, strategies, the nitty-gritty, micro details, micro trainings on just really all aspects of specific traffic sources and stuff and things like that, specific traffic channels. With these strategies, what I want you to do is I want you to start, like I said, I want to point you in some directions that it will be important for you to, start channeling your focus into as you're growing your business as an entrepreneur. So let's get into this. Give me one sec here. I'm going to pull this up, and we'll get the show started. Okay. I just got locked out of the members area. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do is, hold on a sec here. All right. If you're coming over here, make yourself at home. If you're on a live, in a live class with us here, it's a very small class today. If you are watching this as a replay, whenever you're watching this, good to have you with us. If you just joined us as a pro level member, great decision, right? If you know somebody who's not a pro level member yet, if you like the benefits that you're getting as a pro level member, talk to them about it, tell them what they're missing. Hold on a sec, I'm gonna get myself unlocked. Kind of cool to have admin access to some of these things because I don't have to email support, right? Kind of nice. Okay. I want to make sure that I can get myself logged in here, and we'll get started. Bam, nice. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Okay, we just made it so that. Oh, Corey saying, like the sweater. Thank you, Corey. Glad to be part of live. Welcome. Okay. Tone Profit. Is that Tony Profit? Oh my goodness. Tony Profit, dude. It's good to see you, bro. My brother. I remember hanging out with you. Where were we, man? Were we in Hawaii, right? I think you were. Paul, was Tony Profit in Hawaii with us? Mm-hmm. I think he was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do. Dude, we gotta do something like that again. Where should I find the video one? Okay, so let me give you guys a little. If you're new here, let me give you a little bit of a preview of what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen, and then we'll get right into this. Okay, so this is a live webinar room. So this is basically what's going to happen. Again, if you're joining us live, again, these sessions are not going to be going on, we're not going to have these going on forever. These are finite. This is a finite series. Right? There's probably 5 or 6 different sessions that we're going to do here. And I will be, so starting with the next session, what I'll do, either the next one or the one after that. So what I'll do is I'm going to start bringing different experts on different things. So we have some incredible things coming on, for Facebook, things like that. So, however, I want to make sure that we cover the foundational, fundamentals first. I want to make sure that when you have traffic coming to you, you are set to monetize it to the maximum, right? It's important. Otherwise, you're going to be wasting your money. Hope all is well. Billy Frades, what's up, man? Yeah, everything is good. All right, so what we'll do is this webinar room that you're in right now, this is, we just made it so it's exclusively available to pro level members only. Okay, so nobody like this right here, okay, when, obviously where you guys are, live webinar room here, this is for pro level members exclusively. So anybody who is like a free member, maybe even a light member, they will not be able to get here. So this is going to be a place where we will conduct live classes. Like, for example, tomorrow we have another class coming up on, I believe it's like internet marketing strategies or list building strategies, something like this. So all of the live classes, live training, okay, that will be happening for pro level members, they will all be happening here if it's live. And then as soon as the live class is over, depending on, which traffic or which series this is, okay, then they'll be displayed in business and marketing here. When I go to business and marketing, as you can see, okay, I've got all these different categories here. So this is traffic generation strategies, all right? So when you go there, I go access, okay, here's my first video, or this is our first session that we did, okay? And then as we add more, they'll be added here in this session, okay? So for traffic generation strategies. So let's say when we have a class on, let me go back to the dashboard here real quick. So when we have a class on list building strategies tomorrow, right, coming up, well, that will be, again, when I go to business and marketing, that will be saved, okay, as a replay and added to list building strategies right here, okay, this. See what I'm saying? However, the live class, the live training will be always taking place in live webinar room right here when it's live. So that way you guys know, like when you look at the calendar, okay, when you look at the calendar, events calendar here, and if there is a class going on, okay, and if it's a training for pro level members, then it will always be taking place here in this room, okay? Everybody make sense? Okay. Okay, so that is that. Okay. Next 4% event, gonna be mind-blowing. I'm gonna be on stage talking about, talking along with my team. And I will, awesome dude, Charles. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of you guys succeeding with what we have going on here. How many of you guys are getting like great, like you can see yourself, you can see how your business can really go to the next level. If you just, maybe pause a little bit and start building your business in a way that will really help you set yourself up for the future, yeah? How many of you guys are getting this? How many of you guys are understanding the invisible behind the 4%? You know what I mean? There is the visible stuff, there is the stuff that we talk about, right? But there is a purpose why 4% exists. And that's really to help you become great. You know what I mean? Help you become independent more than anything. Okay. Nigel, how are you, my man? Makes sense. Lucky? Okay, good. Getting it now. Okay, I'm telling you guys, the difference between people that will succeed, truly succeed, there's going to be very few people, okay? If you take a look at any company, you take a look at any industry, you take a look at any business, it doesn't matter. Very few people. Statistical data, you cannot change the numbers and like it is what it is. Okay, we just have to operate with the with the right awareness, I guess. And as you're building your business, you just have to understand that people that will be dealing with you, people that are your co-members or your comrades or whatever, people that you hang out with. Look, most of them will fail, right? Most of them will fail simply because their attention is set on the wrong thing. Their attention is that of a short-term, quick gimmicky thingy, and it's human nature to get distracted. We just get distracted. Very, very few people can really focus on something. Very few people. And it takes effort, dude. It's like building that focus. Focus is like that muscle, man. You build it, right? And the more you do it, the more you stay consistent at it, the easier it's gonna get. And so many people will not succeed, even in 4%. Even though we tell them exactly what they need to do, even though we tell them exactly how to build their business, they get all the tools, they get all the knowledge, they get all the guidance they ever need, right? Heck, they see other people succeeding right before them, and they will still find a way to fail, just because they're people, I want to challenge you, right? I want to challenge every one of you right now listening to me to be different. 4 people out of 100 make it, and make it big. Make it to the point that it's significant. Anything else, 96%, statistical data, verifiable, okay, statistical data, 96 people out of 100, they'll just float, and 70% of them make 0, and then another, whatever, that 25 extra percent or whatever, they're making less than $1,000 a month. That's 96% collective. Like, imagine hundreds and millions of people, heck, tens of millions of people online, 96% of them, again, what a coincidence, huh? 96% are making less than $1,000 a month. And they're just going like this. They're just going circles and circles and building their circles bigger, attracting more people into their circles, just deluding everybody else around them, including themselves, and thinking, and they're living in this hope land. And one day I'm gonna come across this opportunity, or this is the next biggest thing is gonna come across. And dude, the biggest thing is right in front of your nose. It's what you make of it. You know what I mean? It's like it's you. It's building you. That's the biggest thing that you can ever go uncover. Is invested in growing yourself as an entrepreneur individual. It's not going to be up to anybody else. So that's why I'm so adamant about this, you guys. Be that one of the 4 people out of 100 that will make it. I'm telling you, we call it the 4%. The 4%. That's our goal. That's our aspiration. That's my challenge for me. That's a challenge for you. That's a challenge for everybody here. However, the 4% rule, guess what? It applies to this company as well. Right? We'll get hundreds of thousands of people here, dude. We'll take a look at statistical data here. Inside the 4%, 80% that call themselves the 4%ers, they don't do jack. Man, they don't even open emails. They don't even show up on the webinars. They don't even do nothing. They just signed up, and they already distracted, man. 80% statistical data. I mean, maybe one of these days I can pull up the actual numbers and show it to you. But then there is the 80-20 in the top 20, even in 4%. You get it? 4 people out of 100, everybody. 4 people out of 100 will make it. My question to you is, will you be one of the 4, or will you be one of the 96? Right? They're just going to go like this. And then eventually one day they'll be like, you know what, that guy was right. But it might be, they're a lot broker and a lot more frustrated. But the good news is, hey, you can make it, man. You can make it. You don't have to make mistakes. There's 2 ways for you to learn. You can learn from your mistakes, or you can learn from somebody else's mistakes. Right? It's always more painful to learn from your mistakes, I can tell you. I was fortunate enough to learn from some people that I was learning from, and I was just smart enough to not question anything they were telling me and just do it, and focused. It was not easy, but if you can pull it off, man, you can create anything. You can build your future the way you can envision it. If you can envision it, you can have it. That's my message to you tonight. So, look, let's talk about the Pete Ketchup. What's up, man? Okay. So this stuff that I just explained to you, right, about this whole 4% concept, again, this is not made up, you guys, this is true. So as you're building your business, you have to understand the matrix, you have to understand the numbers, okay? And so when you are, building, or when you're just going about building your business, you cannot allow yourself to get frustrated just because you got 100 people on your list and maybe 4 people opened your email. Dude, that's normal, man. Or maybe 4 people showed up on your webinar. That's normal, right? So you just have to go for width. You have to go for volume to get to quality. You got to go through quantity to get to quality, right? And so, but you cannot be attached to quantity. You cannot be attached to everybody. Like every person that comes into your business, it's a potential customer, right? Or potential sale, or potential, a partner, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're building. However, you cannot be attached to any one individual. Okay, I've seen people that, we help them blow up like crazy, okay? And then something happens, and then they turn their back on you. I've seen it happen, with other companies, and I had, I'm not gonna go into too many of the stories, but here's the thing: never be attached to a person, okay? Because you cannot control somebody else, but you can control yourself. All right, so let's get into this. Let me pull up my my thingy here, and I want to talk about. Here's what I want to talk about. Okay, so this is the last. This is our last session. Let me make this bigger. You all can see this, yeah? 300. Whoa, that's big. Hold on a sec here. Where are we? Where are we? Whew. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So last session we talked about fundamentals, right? So our outcome was, we talked about the golden rule. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. I'm not going to spend too much time on it and review this. But we started talking about different traffic channels. Okay, so traffic will be divided into 2 different things. Okay, and you need to understand the difference. And I think we covered a lot of it in the last session, which you can watch as a replay. Now there is internal, there is external. Okay, internal, personal email list. This is the best traffic source ever. So all of the external traffic sources you will ever acquire, it should go into your list, and then you should be cultivating your list. Again, this is the list building strategies and internet marketing strategies that will spill into some of those things, where you learn how to build this. This will be your biggest, best traffic source ever. A lot of people come to me, they're like, Vic, what's the number 1 traffic source? What's the number 1 traffic source that I can tap into? Dude, it's your list. And if you're not building your list, you're ignoring the best traffic source in existence, okay, which is your list. And so, again, without spending too much time on it, this is now external. All these things right here, externally, okay, are set up to funnel the internal buildup. Okay, so media buying, all these things, Facebook, influencer media, Google PPC, Bing, all these things, right? Google, YouTube PPC. This YouTube PPC thing is huge. YouTube is a very, very awesome traffic source because you can pre-frame your people. Not a lot of people are doing it. We will be talking about it. There is a full detailed mastery level type of a training that we have coming up to the 4% on how to do that. It's wide open. This is like the wild Wild West, because everybody is afraid. Well, I don't want to say everybody. Most people are afraid of being on camera. Most people are just terrified of being on camera. And so the people that are learning how to break through that camera fear, that camera phobia, right? And they can shoot a very simple ad to be placed on YouTube as pay-per-click, right? When you go to to YouTube and you see those video ads, Ty Lopez is like the master of that kind of stuff. He built an 8-figure business just off of YouTube pay-per-click ads alone, video ads. So it's definitely one of the best traffic channels to or avenues to siphon the traffic from, right? Facebook being another one as well. But the reason I like that one a lot is because, again, not a lot of people are doing it, and the thing is, it's going to come to you and your relationship with the camera. Like if you get comfortable on camera, people can sense if you're fearful or not. People can sense if you're comfortable on camera, and so if you talk way too quick, most likely you're like, you're a little, you know, you don't really like bonding with the camera. You know what I mean? But if you're like cool on camera, and this is why I would suggest that you start practicing on being on camera, because video is not the thing of the past; it's the thing of the now and the thing of the future. Okay, Facebook is going towards video now. Facebook is launching out, Facebook, videos. So now they want to compete with YouTube. It's crazy what's going on in that world. Instagram, a lot of videos, right? All these social platforms that you see. The world, as we know it, is coming and is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller with all these social medias, which is awesome. And people that will adapt, people that are okay with being transparent, and people that are okay with coming out there and just being who they are, you know what I mean? People that practice and hone the skill of being comfortable on camera like this, talking to a camera like they're talking to a real human. I'm in this studio right now, there's a camera that's in front of me right now, and I'm talking to the camera, but you feel like I'm talking to you, right? So practice this kind of stuff right now, because you can dominate on YouTube pay-per-click, you can dominate on Facebook pay-per-click, with video. And the cool thing about that kind of traffic is you can pre-frame somebody with your personality, with your message, before they even get to your site, right? So you don't really go for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of visitors to your site necessarily, but you're going for the right kind of traffic, the ones that have seen your face, that have made that connection, and they decided, hey, I kind of like this guy or gal, right? So I'm going to click on that video ad. They get to your site, the opt-in rate is through the roof because they've been pre-framed. Okay, so again, these are different strategies that you need to be thinking about. Now, here's what I want to do tonight, or today. I want to start all these things, endorse traffic. We talked about podcasters, bloggers, all these things we can get into. And by the way, we have what I'm super pumped about is we will have a lot of people in our space, a lot of people in different industries as well, multi-level internet marketing, virtually every company that's out there on the internet. Number one thing that people are requesting for is give me more training on traffic. And here's the thing, here's the crazy part. People don't take the time to really master anything, right? They don't master a specific thing, but they think that the more information they get, the more successful they'll become, which is a fallacy. It's not true, right? You can master one traffic source. If you master YouTube pay-per-click, or if you master Facebook, or if you master just one traffic source and just become great at it, you don't really need a whole lot of traffic sources. You see, the thing is it's easier for you. It's not as it's not as overwhelming. But because if you look at what's going on in the world out there, most people are not operating with that kind of a mindset. It's very easy for you to compete if you're smart. All right, it's very difficult for you to compete if you're the opposite of being smart. If you, you know what I mean? If you're being one of the masses. More information does not equal more results. Okay, mastering of individual pieces of information is what's going to get you an edge, a huge edge over it. So here's what I want to do tonight. Okay, now we talked about the must-have tools, all these things. Again, review the last session. This is my opinion right here. Okay, before you get really crazy or start mastering any one of these traffic sources here, external traffic sources, okay, like Facebook, YouTube, or Google, all of these things, influencer media, okay, all these things, okay, endorse traffic. I want to make sure that I prepare myself for future expansion and domination through this, okay, through retargeting, because every single click, let's say if I get, if I got 100 visitors to my site, chances are 80 of them or 70% of them, 70 people out of 100 will probably leave my site without taking any action, okay? But if I set this retargeting thingy up here, okay, I can really, I can follow those people up. And, retargeting is nothing new. It surfaced, probably, let's say, oh my goodness, probably about a good 4 or 5 years ago or so, right? It really became a popular thingy. Okay, and right now it's huge. There's two major networks for retargeting. There is the Facebook custom audiences, and there is AdRoll. Okay, AdRoll covers about 80% of the retargeting media on all the major networks out there on the internet. They are a big partner of Google network. Google, the entire Google network I think the entire Google network is on ad roll as well. So they're serving those ads. Okay, so what I want to channel your attention to today in this session is focus on getting yourself really, really familiar on ad roll. Again, we have a more specific college level, kind of mastery level training coming up into the 4% on all these things specifically, on like tactics and clicks and micro trainings on that kind of stuff. Like ad roll, is like an entire module with like, 5 or 6 different videos on specifics, okay, on that kind of stuff. Today, I want to point you in the direction that you need to be looking at, okay? So right now, let's take a look at what's going on here on ad roll, okay? So if I go, let me bring this up here, okay? So if I go, working on my video presence, Maria says, okay, awesome. Small daily actions. Easy said than done when one is starting though, okay? Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that one, Helio, okay? It's easy to, easier said than done. I assume you're talking about video, right? Now, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. One idea can make you a millionaire. That's right, Charles. All right, awesome to see you too, Pete. Tony Prophet, Tone. I like that name, Tone. All right, here's what I want to tell you guys, okay? Stop telling yourself that you cannot do something before you tried it. A lot of people fail just because they presuppose that it's going to be difficult. How do you know it's going to be difficult? See, the thing is the human mind is a crazy thing, right? If you tell yourself it's going to be difficult, it will be difficult. If you tell yourself that you're tired, you're going to be tired, right? Don't presuppose things. Here's what I would suggest. Put your emotions aside. Forget about yourself. Here's what you do. It's difficult for you if you don't know the topic, right? If I start talking about, I don't know, man, like, aero engineering or whatever, like something I have no clue about, or some kind of medicine topic, like I have no clue about any of that thing, it will be difficult for me to have a conversation or to present anything on that topic to anybody, right? So I'll be, I'll feel, weird about doing that, right? So to me, it would be like, oh my goodness, I don't know my thing. I feel like I'm out of line here. But but if I take the time to learn it, right, and I really learn, here's the best tip I can tell you on learning. Learn not to, not for the sake of learning so that you just acquire the information, but learn as if you were to teach it yourself, right? Learn as if you were to give a presentation and teach it to somebody else. So think of yourself as a leader and as a teacher. When you learn it from that perspective, you're learning on a different level. So taking notes and implementation is what's really going to solidify your learning, right? So when you know the topic, it's not difficult. Like, it's not difficult. When you know the topic, it's actually the opposite is true. You want to go out there, you want to share what you know. Like sports, whatever you're passionate about. Think about whatever it is that you're passionate about. Is it difficult for you to talk to even strangers about the topic that you're passionate about? No. Why? Because you know the thing. But if you don't take the time, a lot of people are hypocrites. A lot of entrepreneurs in our space, they're just hypocrites, man. You know what I mean? They're talking about big game. They're pretending they're big shot or whatever. They clueless. They're dumb when it comes to marketing. They're dumb. You know what I mean? They're clueless. Yet they want to pretend like they know something, and it's difficult for them to do that. Okay? You can, like, it's difficult to fool people, right? If you're not authentic, especially nowadays with video and everything like that, the people that take the time to invest in their own education, acquire the knowledge, put it to practice, get a perspective, and then share, it's very, very easy to compete, you guys. I'm telling you, it's very easy to compete in this environment. It's easier now than has ever been before because of the transparency of the social media, of the internet, of the video, and just people can see you and people can read your body language. People can look at your eyes. People can look at your, they can see you. You can't really, you got to work really, really difficult on trying to fake it nowadays. So my suggestion to you is become a professional in the game, don't be an echo, be a voice, right? Don't teach from something you heard. That's why I'm so adamant about you owning the products that you promote. Okay, if I don't own something that I promote, I'm just being sleazy about it, dude. I don't people can see it, and I won't feel good about it deep down. And if I don't feel good about it deep down, then guess what? It's going to come across in my tonality, it's going to come across in my posture, it's going to come across in the way I present and hold myself. But if I own something, I believe in it, I know the thing, I took the time to learn it, dude, put me in front of anybody. I don't care who they are. I'll talk to them about the topic, because you see what I'm saying? So it's not difficult if you really break it down and find out the reason why you think it's difficult for you. Okay, so check it out, okay? What are you all talking about here? Bam, bam, bam. Step out of your comfort zone and feel the uncomfortable to do the things others won't do. Love it. Okay. All right. Okay, so you guys check it out. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Okay, everybody, look, I want you to get your feet wet with adroll.com. Okay, if you go to adroll.com, let's go to that site right now. You will be using that. If you're not using this site, you will be missing out big time. Okay. Operation 100K, if you go through those trainings, depending how far you're into it, depending when you, obviously, as we're doing this, there's multiple projects going on, including Operation 100K, but this is going to be a big thing, a big part of it. You have to, you just got to learn this platform. I'm telling you, learn this platform like you know your language. You know what I mean? Like if you were to go to a different country, if you're, we lived over in the Ukraine, we came over here to the United States. I had to learn the English language. There was no way for me to succeed here without knowing English language, right? It's really, really, really difficult, right? You gotta learn. If you go to a different country, you gotta learn the language of that country. Learn the language of marketing. The language of marketing is very simple, comes down to fundamental 3 or 4 things. AdRoll is going to be one of those ingredients, one of the components, one of the things that you will need to master and learn, because it's here to stay. They work with Google. So let me just kind of walk you through this. I'm curious, how many of you guys are playing on AdRoll right now? How many of you guys are familiar with AdRoll? Love that, Vick. Be passionate about your business. That's right, Lucky. Okay. Is anybody running with AdRoll right now? I know there's like a 20-30 second delay here before you can actually hear what I just said. So I'm going to wait for your comments here in a moment. Okay, how many of you are on AdRoll? A bit? Okay, a little bit? Okay. Tell me. Russ, yep. Okay. 136 of you here live. Tell me, not familiar, but I'll learn it. Never heard of it until now. Oh my goodness, okay, you gotta learn it, Mark. Just heard of it from you. Okay, I'm familiar with it, haven't used it yet. Not AdRoll, will be by tonight. I love that attitude, Nigel. That's cool, dude. Love that. All right, first time hearing about it. Okay, here's the thing. AdRoll has been around for a long time. Well, a long time, on the internet. In the internet age is a long time. And they grew, and I will now, okay, awesome. And these guys, right, there was when retargeting came on a, kind of surfaced, there were a lot of different retargeting companies, and everybody, all these different networks popping out left and right and retargeting this, and there were retargeting sites. I think there was a site, Site Scout, that was one of them, I believe, retargeting. And we used to teach that kind of stuff back in High Traffic Academy days. It worked. However, AdRoll just dominated the game. AdRoll strategy against strategy. So partnering up with major networks, deals, bidding, all that stuff plays a key role. And so they just dominated the game on retargeting. And they currently cover about 80% of the entire retargeting availability for retargeting media that's available on the internet that you can buy. Now, let me show you just very quickly here a couple things. So all you can do is just sign up, okay? You sign up and just start learning. Just start getting yourself familiar with it, okay? I'm not gonna give you like a 202 on it right now. I don't want to tell you where to click, how to set it up. We will have a full training coming up, but a lot, I'm telling you, entrepreneurs are people that are resourceful. Okay, you'll figure, get yourself, get your feet wet with this right now. Okay, get yourself familiar how AdRoll works. So what you can do, okay, is let's say we go here, okay, some of the businesses they work with, et cetera, et cetera. So when I go to products here at the bottom, right, and I click on retargeting on the web, okay, and I click on that link, look how this is, I mean, they give you an education that you need, okay. Basically, here's how it works, how ad roll retargeting works, okay. Someone visits your site and leaves without completing a desired action, purchase or sign up, etc. All right. Later, while on any device, so they can be on mobile, they can be on computer or whatever, iPad or whatever else, right? They'll be coming to other sites, and they will see your ads running. Okay, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example here. Let's see, where was I? Okay, let's say if I go to, well, let's just do it together here. Let's see what pops up, okay? I'm gonna go to weather, okay, weather.com. So if I go to weather.com, if I wanted to advertise on weather.com, okay, if I was to buy an ad on weather.com, okay, see if I go to similarweb.com, I'll give you a little perspective on this thing, on the power of retargeting, okay? So if I go to similarweb.com, this is a site where I can find out, I can also go to alexa.com, but Alexa made their stuff more paid now, so SimilarWeb will give me accurate enough data. So I go to weather.com, just type in the weather.com here, and I want to see how many, how many visitors approximately weather.com gets, okay? So check it out, okay? Monthly visitors, all right? September. I don't know if you can see this. This is really tiny. 283 million, right here. See this? 282 million visitors. Million visitors a month. See how crazy this is? 282 million visitors .com. I was going to say .com. My goodness. 282 million visitors a month, okay? Now imagine, okay, look, average visit duration is a minute 55. That's crazy, man. That is ridiculous, okay? Look at most of those visitors, where they're coming from. This is quality traffic, I'm telling you guys, right? Quality, all right? Quality. Now, we're not into weather.com. This is a very, very, very generic site. Very generic site. So, if I'm promoting something that is of a mass appeal, okay? That's of a mass appeal. There's no way in the world I'm going to go to weather.com and buy an ad on weather.com, which I can, right? If I go to their, on the bottom of their site, and I go to advertise with us, and I want to get in front of these audiences here, it's going to cost me a small fortune to advertise with Watson Advertising, right? Which is an agency for weather.com. If I want to place my ads on weather.com. And it's not even going to be their global site. It's just going to be based on location, that kind of stuff, right? Now, it would be absolutely ridiculous, budget prohibitive for me to advertise with them. However, when I go to weather.com, right, I can see this ad right here. See this right here at the top? Harry's. I must have visited. This is an ad roll ad right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. Okay, let me see if I can expand it. See, if I hover over this right here, okay, see it says ad choices, okay, and I click on this little thing. Okay, I'm logged into an account. That's different. Anyway, so if I go, gotta open this up in a different browser. Anyway, I can tell you this. This is an ad roll ad. Okay, this is an ad roll from a Google network. Okay. That's served or presented from ad roll, okay? And this ad, I can get my ad like this over here, okay, for pennies on the dollar. It's crazy. So if I reload, I'm going to see a different ad probably, okay? They just rotate. Let's see if we can, let's see, this ad right here is this right here is also right here. Look at this big banner, okay? This huge banner right here, guys. Guess what? This sign, okay? That account is not I gotta log out from my, let me see if I can show you maybe a better example on this one. It's an ad roll account. It's an ad roll ad. Okay. Hold on, if I can maybe bring another one. Okay, here's another example. Okay, weather.com. I just opened up in a different browser and I see an ad. Who knows this guy? Ty Lopez. Okay, Ty Lopez. Look, he is there. Some kind of battery here. Okay, this is an ad roll. See that right here? When I click on it, it says ad roll. Okay, you guys getting this? What up, what up, what up? Okay. See, not a lot of people are familiar with it. Heard of it, but not familiar. This is the power of an ad roll campaign. Okay, you can get your ads on sites that will be nearly impossible. Here's another one. See, I just reloaded. Again, these are ad roll ads right here. Okay, if I open this up in a, this browser right here will give me more details. Boom, I click on it. It's an ad roll ad. I can guarantee you, the cost on this one right here. Look at this, another one, right? I just reloaded. Ty Lopez just showed up here. They just keep on rotating. Now, this site gets 200 million visitors a month. And Ty Lopez is getting in front of me with his ad roll ad. Okay, it is crazy. Now imagine if this was your thing. Now, what is he selling? Okay, so if I click, I'm going to cost him a few bucks. So if I click on this, look what he's selling. Okay, Social Media Mastery Academy or something like that, right? How to start your own marketing agency. Look, so this is an offer he is running. Okay. And what he is doing is he's retargeting me because I have already probably visited one of his sites, okay? And I'm already on, probably already on his list with this browser or something like this. And so there's no need for him to get me to opt in anymore because I'm already on the list, okay? I'm on a lot of people's lists. I'm an entrepreneur, right? You want to make sure that you're, I'll talk to you more about strategies later on. So because I'm already familiar with his thing, he just takes me straight to a buy, okay? Straight to a buy thingy, okay? So this is the power of ad roll, you guys, okay? What I will do, okay, you guys getting this? Yep, another not well-known tip, you can upload your list to Facebook too. Yeah. Yeah, Facebook is the second one, okay? So check it out. Here's what I'll tell you, okay? There's two, in my opinion, there is two retargeting platforms that you need to master. Don't just dabble in it, like master it. You know what I mean? For social media, it'll be Facebook. Facebook is like, it covers, like Facebook has what? Facebook, now they own Instagram. They're just scooping things, right? So Facebook is for social media. Ad roll, with about 80% reach on other networks, including Google's networks, is ad roll. Boom, they're the gorilla in retargeting right now. There is just keep it simple, man. There is also like retargeter.com and all these other smaller sites. Don't worry about them. Just master ad roll and Facebook. We'll talk about Facebook later. We have a training coming up. We'll have a training coming up on this one as well. Ad knowledge, I wouldn't mess with that knowledge. Just go with just play with the gorilla. You know what I mean? And don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed with this stuff. You're learning how to become great. Greatness does not happen overnight. Everybody that's great that everybody, sports, business, entrepreneurship, anybody, right? Medical, anybody that that are great people, they did not become great just like that. It's work. It's when nobody sees, the work, but people see the results, right? Take the time. Go to ad roll. Okay. Go to ad roll. Let's see. Let me close up these windows here. Okay. Look, Drudge Report. Okay. Drudge Report. So if we go to this, if we go to Drudge Report here, okay, pretty sure there's going to be some ad roll ads here as well. Okay, sponsored ads. Look at that right here. Okay, it's an ad roll. Same ad, just follows me. See that? So if I go to Drudge Report, 156 million people. I'm telling you, like, you can get in front of people. It's like it's solid traffic. Now, here's the thing with this strategy. And again, how many of you guys would like to master this kind of stuff? Again, obviously, we have limited time, and for pro level members, we have to kind of like arrange the levels of traffic, because you don't go to high school and learn college level mastery, like PhD level stuff in high school. You know what I mean? Like this. So what we're talking about here is just strategies, getting you thinking in the right direction, getting you thinking, pointing you in the channels that you need to be, looking, focusing on, that kind of stuff. But if you want to master this topic, how many of you guys would be interested in like absolutely, completely mastering, right? Like this type of stuff. Like, how do you get in front of hundreds and hundreds of millions of people, not by paying a small fortune, but literally on pennies on the dollar, right? And how do you do it right? So for stuff like, if you're gonna go on ad roll and target like huge mass appeal sites like weather.com or even CNN.com, which personally I'd stay away from it, but dude, so many people, again, you're advertising to the masses. So if you have a product that's of a mass appeal, okay, what are the products of a mass appeal? Dude, who doesn't want to make more money, right? Everybody wants to make more money. Who does not want to make, grow their wealth? Who does not want to, be healthier, that kind of stuff, right? So for example, we have, we're going to be launching out a product here from the 4%. You guys will see it's going to be about, Enagic, right? And promoting Enagic, it's going to be a whole funnel build out to that, along with like e-commerce. So these are like mass appeal products. Right now, with what's going on in the world, we can talk about making money, we can talk about being healthier, we can take all these different angles here with the masses, that it would be appealing to the masses. Like if I was to promote, I don't know, something that's like super, like a super niche type of I can't even think of it right now, but like a very, very narrow niche product, then going to those big networks might not be the best idea for me. You know what I mean? But with the 4%, so what we're doing is right now we're focusing on identifying opportunities where the biggest opportunities, the biggest gaps are in different industries that are of a mass appeal, bringing those and creating the marketing machines for those products, creating the products that fill the void, bringing that to you guys, right? And again, you'll be able to learn how to drive traffic, strategies for monetizing that traffic. When they get to your site, capture them. If you don't capture them, retarget them. It's a whole marketing mastery. And then you can build your business like that. Like most people are not doing. I just asked you a question about ad roll, and like 3 or 4 of you right here out of 140 people said that you are either playing a little bit with ad roll or you heard about it, right? Like hardly anybody is doing anything on ad roll. Why? Again, most people are not. Most people are not familiar with it. Most people are just on top of each other, trying to fish in these little ponds where everybody else in the industry is fishing, and they're just competing. What I'm showing you right now and trying to get you to think about is strategies that will help you elevate yourself as an entrepreneur to a whole other level, to where you don't even have competition. And then with things like, your own rapper, your own style as a marketer, as an entrepreneur, which, I'm trying to teach you how to develop. It will take a little bit of time, but you will get there. And when you get there, you never go back, ever. You know what I mean? Like you can, like business becomes, like this marketing business becomes your sandbox. And you can create your own world. You know what I mean? It's really possible for anybody to do that kind of stuff. Okay, heard about it from previous session. Yep. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. For this session, just very, very simple. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to get, start pulling your hairs out like, oh my goodness, how do I do ad roll tomorrow? No. Start getting your feet wet with ad roll, okay? You can go to, YouTube, Don't buy any courses on any of this stuff. I'm telling you, don't buy. You don't have to buy courses. Don't spend any money. We'll deliver the best education on traffic. How to capture that traffic, how to monetize the traffic. All these things, you will get the best level of education from the 4%, hands down. We can go head to head against anybody else in the business. You will get the best, most potent education on this kind of stuff. Okay. Don't waste your money on trying to buy stuff. However, I would recommend making YouTube to be your friend. Okay, first and foremost, go to go to AdRoll itself. Go to that site. Okay, just read, click on links, make yourself familiar how that works. Go through their FAQ. They have a training session as well. Create yourself an account. Doesn't cost you a dime to create an account. This is pay as you go kind of a platform, so you can pay as you go. Maybe talk to a rep, get yourself familiar how their network works, and then maybe watch some YouTube videos on it. Just general overview of AdRoll, just how that world works. Okay, and that's your assignment for this training session. Do create yourself an account with him though. Okay, at the very least, here's what I want you to do: create yourself an account and get to the point to where you will get yourself a retargeting pixel. Okay, because when you create an account, you'll be able to get yourself a retargeting pixel. Okay, this is a little pixel you can place on your landing pages, you can place on your marketing sites, however you want to do, whichever site you want to retarget. And then when people, whatever site you advertise, and then when people hit that site, they'll be added to your retargeting pool of people. And you don't have to run advertisement to them yet until you decide to, but you will start building that pool of people. Okay. So when you advertise with like influencers, when you go run ads specifically to attract people to your site, you are already capturing these people that are visiting your site. Even if they don't take action, you're still adding them to the retargeting pool that you can target later on the sites like I showed you. And there's like, I don't even know, let's take a look here how many sites they got. Tons. Let's see here. Okay, expert retargeting. We have worked with over 35 advertisers. Okay, that's awesome. Let's see, sites. I think I've seen how many sites they've got. Let's see. Easy to dashboard, one platform, maximize reach, maximum across devices. Okay, 500 plus ad exchanges, including Facebook and Google. Okay, this is massive. I mean, Google, I'll tell you, they're covering most of the available media, and you don't really need anything else. Okay, focus on the, the 4% of the activities that will get you 96% of the results. See what I'm saying? Where most people are focusing on 96% of the stuff that gets them maybe 4% of the results or maybe 2% of the results, you're gonna flip it opposite. Again, master one thing that will get you 80% of the coverage. Okay? All right, you guys. We'll be back for another session next week as well. I'm gonna start bringing different experts and different things. We'll get into the Facebook stuff as well, and we'll just we'll do these. There's about 5 or 6 different sessions coming up for this particular series, and then we have watch for a very detailed mastery level course that will become one of the core products from the 4%. That will really take you to the mastery level if that's what you want. So, okay, let's see if we definitely want to master it. Okay, YouTube, love it. Good information. There's good information. I can see the unspoken connection. Oh, see, this is awesome, Yvonne. Okay, love it. See, Yvonne says, "Wow, this is good information. I can see the unspoken and connecting the dots." You're getting it, girl. Okay, this is where most people don't see the unspoken. See, this is right here. This is a keyword. The invisible was what makes a difference. Okay, the unspoken, the reading between the lines, the getting of the idea is what's gonna really make the huge difference, not the tactic. You know what I mean? Like AdRoll, this retargeting, it's an idea. It's not really the tactic. Okay, but the concept of it, okay, an idea is what really what you really need to understand. It just so happens that that AdRoll rose to the top and just dominated the retargeting game, and that's why I'm telling you right now to focus only on AdRoll when it comes to retargeting for most of the media that's available for Google. Okay, just created my AdRoll account, got my pixel. Boom, look at that, Clay. Love it. When e-com training going to start? This week, Pritam. Shubham is in India, and it's been really difficult to connect over there due to the internet connectivity issues. The internet is not strong enough where he is at, so we'll have that coming up this week. I'm off to create my account. All right, so it looks like a lot of you guys are pumped to go to check out AdRoll. Okay, hey, don't go crazy with it yet. Just get your feet wet. You know what I'm saying? Like, get yourself familiar with it. Start, create yourself an account, get yourself a tracking pixel, and then learn a general overview of how that platform works. Even if you're brand spanking new, never done this before, it's not difficult. Allow yourself, just give yourself time to succeed. Just give yourself, you don't learn calculus, in elementary. You know what I mean? Like, you don't become a doctor overnight. But the doctors that do become the best in their field are the ones that take a longer vision, and they're just what everybody else might be focusing, partying, this and that. The true professional, the true expert, right? They'll be focused for a finite period of time to get to mastery, and then they change everything. While all these other guys jumping left and right all over the place, being distracted and constantly complaining, don't engage in that world. Go build yours, okay? Hey, I appreciate you guys. I look forward to seeing you. We have a class tomorrow on, I believe it's list building or some other topic, but I'll see you here in the same room, different topic. All right, appreciate you. Hey, let everybody else that are not pro members, let them know why should they become a pro member if you're feeling this, if you're getting this. So, if you're getting benefit from it, let them know in the Facebook group. I appreciate you. Be awesome. See ya.